You've built something real. You have results. You have a track record. And yet, when someone asks you what you do or why they should choose you, or even what makes you different, something happens. The words come out scattered, too long, or so broad it can describe anyone. And the worst part, you can see the glaze in their eyes, and you walk away thinking, I know what I do. I know the value I bring. Why can't I just say it? The disconnect, it has a name, friends. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what it is and how to fix it for good. I'm Rashonda Pratt, a visibility and communication strategist, and this is Visibility is Power TV, the show for high-capacity leaders who are done with being the best-kept secret. Let's go. Here's what I see all the time, and I want you to tell me if this sounds familiar. This is a safe place, so I want you to be honest with me in the comments. You are brilliant at your craft. You've been doing this for years, maybe even decades. You have clients who will sing your praises, people who have literally had their businesses, their careers, and even their lives transformed because of your work. But when you walk into a room full of the right people, the people who could hire you, refer you, or even champion you, and they ask you, so what do? You panic. You even over explain, or you default to a title that doesn't actually mean anything. Like, I'm a consultant. I help businesses grow. I do leadership development. And there's nothing really wrong with those things, but those answers don't really communicate anything that's distinctive, memorable. Anything, it doesn't communicate anything that causes someone to lean in and say, wait, tell me more. This is not a confidence problem, friends. Has nothing to do with your intelligence. It's really a messaging problem. And messaging, unlike talent, is a skill. And it can be learned. It can be built. And once you have it, everything changes. So I want to share with you 3 things that I see happening with people like you and how we can fix it. We can't fix what we don't recognize. So the first reason smart leaders struggle to explain what they do is what I call the expert trap. When you are deep inside your own expertise, when you have lived it, breathed it, built it, your whole life around it, really, it becomes almost impossible to see it from the outside, from the other vantage point. You, my friend, are so close to your value that you can't translate it into language that someone on the outside can immediately grasp. In fact, you are so close to your own value that you minimize it. You think this is easy. Doesn't everybody know how to do this? And the truth is, they don't. Think about the last time you tried to explain your work to someone who wasn't in your field. You probably either went too deep using industry language that they don't know, or you went too broad, dumbing it down that it sounded really generic. Neither works. The expert trap is real, and almost every high-performing leader I work with falls into it. So what is the fix, Rashonda? I'm so glad you asked. You have to stop leading with what you do and start leading with the changes that happen because of what you do. Not the service, the shift, not the process, the result. My friend Jade Simmons says it like this: your purpose is not what you do, it's what happens when you do what you do and how it impacts someone else, right? So the fix to the expert trap is learning to lead with what happens when you do what you do and how it shifts and the results that happen in someone else. The next one is the everyone problem. This second trap is one that I see all the time, and it's rather sneaky because it really comes from a good place. You don't want to leave anyone out. I get it. You know you can help a lot of different people, so your message tries to speak to everyone. And as a result, it speaks to no one. Here's the truth about messaging. And this really took me several years to really internalize this. And I worked in television news for 20 years. The more specific your message, the more powerfully it lands. Not because it excludes people, because precision attracts. When someone hears a message that feels written specifically for them, they stop and pay attention in a way that a broad message never triggers. They lean in, they feel seen and heard. Your signature message, friend, should make your ideal person feel like you read their journal. If it could apply to anyone, it will compel no one. Third point, last one. The third trap is the one nobody talks about, and it might be the most important. It's called the confidence gap. Even when leaders have a good message, a great message, even when they've done the work, they've found the words, they've built the frameworks, they don't deliver it with conviction. They soften it, they hedge it, they try to over qualify it. They say, I kind of help leaders with, or it's sort of like, instead of clearly and powerfully saying, this is what I do, this is who I serve, and this is what becomes possible when we work together. See, it's the message and the delivery. They have to work together. In my visibility is power method, I call this the intersection of strategic positioning and confident delivery. Because you can have a brilliant message and it still be invisible if you can't deliver it with authority. So here's what I want you to start. This is where you need to start. Not with a rebrand, not with a new website, not with a full messaging overhaul. I need you to start with this powerful question. And this is really good for you to write in your journal. If I had 60 seconds and one sentence to explain what I do and why it matters, what would I say? Again, if you had 60 seconds and one sentence to explain what you do and why it matters, what would you say? Now, if that question makes you uncomfortable, good. That's really good. If the answer doesn't come easily, that's your sign that your signature message needs work. And that's completely normal. It's doable. Everything is fixable, right? I have created what I like to call the visibility roadmap. This is an opportunity for leaders just like you to have a 60-minute strategy session with me where we start to outline your positioning. Start to outline who you really are. Give me the opportunity to introduce you to a you that you have never met yet. That once you start to understand your positioning and you start to understand your who, you know exactly what your message is and how you can break it down. I'll make sure to put the link below this video. If this video resonated with you and you have been feeling like there's a gap between what you know and what you have to offer and what exactly comes out of your mouth when you are in the right places and spaces, I want to invite you to make sure to subscribe to Visibility is Power TV. This space is built specifically for leaders who are ready to step out of the background and into the authority they've already earned. Now, I want you to let me know right in the comments, what's the one thing that may be a struggle for you or difficult, challenging when it comes to explaining about what you do? I promise I read every single comment and I make sure to answer. You never know. You might be the topic of our next video. Remember, visibility without strategy is just noise, but strategic visibility, my friend, that's power. See you next time.